Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Morning Podcast for July 10, 2025. Firstly, the Trump administration has escalated its feud with Harvard University, threatening the institution's accreditation and seeking records on its foreign students. The university denies allegations of violating federal anti-discrimination laws, claiming it has taken steps to ensure a safe and inclusive environment for all students. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story. Secondly, YouTube is facing challenges in regulating AI-generated content, which has sparked intense debate about tech companies' responsibility in moderating user-generated content. This issue underscores the need for nuanced discussions about corporate responsibility and the role of technology in shaping global events. Lastly, Google co-founder Sergey Brin has ignited controversy by labeling a United Nations report on big tech's relationship with Israel as transparently anti-Semitic. The report accuses several major corporations, including Google, of profiting from Israel's actions in Gaza. This situation highlights the complexities and ethical dilemmas faced by tech companies operating in sensitive geopolitical environments. These stories demonstrate the urgent need for balancing innovation with accountability in the tech industry. As we move forward, it's essential to approach these challenges with empathy, understanding, and a commitment to fostering open dialogue. We'll be exploring these topics in more depth throughout the day. That's the way it is, July 10th, 2025. I'm Walter Concrete, and we'll be back with more news after this break. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we're following developments in the Middle East, where the British government is negotiating a potential deal with French President Emmanuel Macron to address small boat crossings across the English Channel. The proposed agreement could include a one-in, one-out migrants return policy with France, but not everyone is on board, and concerns about border control and national sovereignty are being raised. Secondly, we're looking at the implications of U.S. sanctions imposed on United Nations official Francesca Albanese, who serves as the special rapporteur on the occupied Palestinian territories. The move has been met with both praise and criticism, with some viewing it as a necessary step to counter biased actions, while others see it as undermining the independence of international organizations. Lastly, we're examining the ongoing situation in Iran, where the government is facing increasing pressure over its nuclear program and human rights record. The U.S. and its allies are seeking to finalize an agreement to address these concerns, but the details remain uncertain, and the potential for further escalation remains high. These stories highlight the complexities and nuances of international relations, with competing interests and deep-seated conflicts at play. We'll continue to provide balanced reporting, giving voice to diverse perspectives and examining the implications of these developments on the global stage. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. We'll be back with more news and analysis after the break. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here's Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the Federal Reserve has taken a divided stance on interest rate cuts, reflecting the complexity of the current economic landscape. This decision will have significant implications for the U.S. economy and financial markets. We'll be keeping a close eye on the developments leading up to the July 26-27 FOMC meeting. In other news, regulatory reform is underway in India, with SEBI proposing a settlement scheme for stockbrokers who traded on the now-defunct National Spot Exchange (LTD) platform. This move aims to bring closure to a saga that has been dragging on since 2013 and promote market stability and accountability. Lastly, three major companies, Mercer International Inc., AG Growth International Inc., and Information Services Corporation, are set to release their second quarter financial results. Investors are eagerly awaiting these reports, which will provide valuable insights into the current state of the market and the company's progress in achieving their goals. We'll be watching key factors such as revenue expectations, bottom line performance, and guidance for the remainder of the year. That's all for now. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, don't bet on the market, bet on your knowledge of the market. We'll be back with more updates throughout the day. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery about fast X-ray transients, rare cosmic phenomena that evolve on a human timescale. The latest detection has revealed that these events can result from the failed explosive death of a massive star, providing valuable insights into the life cycle of stars and the violent processes that shape the universe. Secondly, a team of scientists has conducted a successful asteroid deflection mission using the DART spacecraft. However, their research showed that the boulders ejected during the collision gave an additional kick that was almost as big as the direct impact, changing the physics that need to be considered when planning these types of missions. Lastly, we're exploring the mysterious world of fast X-ray transients, where scientists have detected a cataclysmic event known as EP 2025. Geopolitics. By leveraging the combined power of several massive space telescopes, researchers were able to capture a high-resolution view of this ephemeral object before it fades into oblivion. These discoveries remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of the universe, and the many secrets that still await us in the vast expanse of space and time. We'll be diving deeper into these stories throughout the day. So now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard. Today, we're recapping the latest developments in the world of sports, specifically focusing on the NFL as training camps are about to kick off. We have several contract disputes making headlines, including those involving Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, and Terry McLaurin. These players are seeking long-term extensions, with McLaurin's camp reportedly eyeing a deal worth upwards of $30 million per year. The Dallas Cowboys can breathe a sigh of relief as Dak Prescott has confirmed he'll be a full go for training camp after an injury-plagued previous season. The Miami Dolphins, on the other hand, are facing significant pressure following a tumultuous offseason, with the trade of Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers raising questions about the team's direction. And in a surprising turn of events, All-Pro left tackle Tristan Wirfs is expected to start the season on the physically unable to perform list for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which will keep him out for at least the first 4 games. We're also exploring some intriguing trade proposals, including a 4-team quarterback swap that would see Brock Purdy heading to the Dolphins. While these trades are highly improbable, they spark interesting discussions about team needs and player values. That's all for now, folks. These stories highlight the complex nature of professional sports, where contracts, injuries, and trades can significantly impact a team's trajectory. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide you with in-depth analysis as the NFL season unfolds. Thank you for joining me on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. Here's a brief summary of today's top stories. First, we're taking a look at the world of food and entrepreneurship, with the story of a thriving bakery in Australia that's gaining international attention for its unique flavors and commitment to sustainability. Next, we're diving into the world of social justice and human rights with a powerful photography exhibition that showcases the lives and stories of LGBTQ individuals from around the world. This thought-provoking exhibit is a must-see for anyone interested in promoting empathy and understanding. Finally, we're examining the latest developments in international diplomacy as tensions rise between the United States and Brazil over comments made by the American embassy defending former Brazilian leader Jair Bolsonaro. We'll explore the implications of this diplomatic spat on the Brazilian economy and the future of U.S.-Brazil relations. That's all for today's summary. Tune in to our full episodes for more in-depth coverage of these stories, and stay informed about the issues that shape our world. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Joan, and I've got the scoop on what's hot in entertainment. Let's start with some heartwarming news. Will Smith's son Jaden is making waves in the music industry, but that's not our lead story today. Our top stories include a K-pop star who's taking the charts by storm, Ross. She's just debuted at number 34 on the Hot 100 chart with her new duet On My Mind, alongside Alex Warren. This talented artist has now surpassed BTS star Jin and is tying with another member, Suga. In other news, those adorable Labus bag charms have taken over Hollywood and social media. From Blackpink's Lisa to Kim Kardashian, everyone's rocking these cute little toys. If you want to get your hands on one, act fast, they're selling out quickly. And finally, a sweet tribute. Will Smith's son Jaden isn't our lead story today, but we do have a heartwarming story about Will's family that we'll be covering later in the show. That's all for now. Stay fabulous, and we'll catch you up on more entertainment news throughout the day. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a recent study has found a significant correlation between the warming of the Arctic Ocean and the increase of algal toxins in bowhead whales. The research reveals that as the ocean warms, the growth of toxic algae increases, contaminating the food chain and posing a threat to marine life. In other news, a commentary published on Mongabay emphasizes the crucial role of community spiritual and cultural connections in wildlife conservation. The authors present a thematic model that prioritizes the integration of local traditions, sustainable livelihoods, and ancestral ties into conservation efforts, demonstrating that people protect what they love and love what they feel connected to. Lastly, a breakthrough study has shed light on the relationship between humans and viruses, with researchers discovering a significant link between ocean warming and the increase of toxic algal blooms. This finding has significant implications for marine ecosystems and highlights the need for continued monitoring and research into the impacts of climate change. These stories remind us of the urgent need for collective action to protect our planet's delicate ecosystems and promote a more holistic approach to conservation, one that integrates science with traditional knowledge, cultural heritage, and spiritual values. We'll be exploring these themes in more depth throughout the week. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.